So then the next obvious question is, okay, but in situations where the woman was not voluntarily going along with actions that resulted in pregnancy, how do you analyze that?
Yeah. So in the case of rape, this is really important because, um, you know, women are told that if you are raped, part of the mode of justice or being, restored to your previous state is to have an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all on the basis of you shouldn't be forced to carry this baby. And again, I ask, who's actually doing the force? Who's initiating force in that situation? If we take the state out of the picture entirely, use our Robinson Crusoe thought experiment, and you're just on an island, there's a man and a woman, and she is raped by a man. The one forcing her to carry a baby is the man that raped her. It's not the state, it's not the baby. And so all of the reasons that are presented to women as reasons why abortion needs to exist in the case of rape are actually all the rights violations that the rapist has committed against both mom and baby. Rape is also the first act of child abuse in that situation. So we're actually denying women justice. I call abortion crumbs from the table of justice, because she's not actually getting the restitution and recompense that she's owed for the fact that a rapist has actually initiated this process against her will. Rape, I think, is, if we understand the rights of the fetus, we actually absolutize both fetal rights and by extension, women's rights as well. What we typically think of rape is that it's just non-consensual sex. But if we understand that sex leads to this process of conception, which is the production of a new human with rights, then rape is actually much more akin to war on the body. It's war on the individual. It's invasion, it's usurpation, it's enslavement. And not to put too fine a point on it, but the pull out means leaving the victim with, hanging with all of the consequences, both intended and unintended. So, but that perspective of rape can only come when we absolutize fetal rights. And then it actually raises the salience of the crime of rape to where it ought to be, which is, at least in terms of restitution, might be the most expensive crime that somebody could commit. So I think that those advocates on the pro-choice side who are saying women need to have access to abortion in the case of rape are doing a disservice to women in not recognizing what's really going on, because then the focus is on the baby and the rapist gets to slip out the back door. And in many cases in our current justice system, it's relatively easy to get away with a crime of rape. And I think it's because abortion is such a prevalent and common solution to that problem.